Yeah, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Only One KDB, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, we got the end of Ice Spice. Why would it be the end of Ice Spice? She's the greatest female rapper to ever fucking live. You know what I'm saying? But we about to get to the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop another banger. We finna get into it, man. Ice Spice, man. Y'all already know, man. She be dropping some hits, man. She just dropped the album, didn't she? I ain't gonna lie, that shit was trash. I'm not gonna stunt. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and say it was her. It's like, no, it wasn't trash. I ain't even listened to it. I heard a couple songs. They was decent for real, but we about to get into it. Let's get it.
So it's no secret that rappers come and go.
Speaking of 6ix9ine, where's 6ix9ine been at, bro? I ain't hear about him in a minute. He used to troll on the internet every day.
Every single year.
Went overseas,
one moment
ever since
artists
they kicked his ass.
Be on top of the game, with everyone
Remember
wanting
they beat his ass in the goddamn gym? My bad, I'm gonna stop.
feature, and the next they can be completely falling off.
What technically was falling off? You know what I'm saying? I done made 30 million. I don't gotta do. Do I gotta keep making music, bro?
Who that is? Smoke Perp?
I don't need to, bro. I'm rich as shit. I don't need to make music. I do it because I know I still have fans.
And with that fall off, obviously comes a lot of scrutiny and public embarrassment. And the saying,
that's the hot Tua girl. How the fuck you get? Man, people be getting famous for stupid shit, bro. Like spit on that thing. She got a fucking country accent, bro. Where's she from?
It's true that the quicker someone rises up, the faster they will likely fall back down to the bottom. There is a myriad of reasons for this phenomenon. For one, we obviously live in the fast food era of media, from movies to music, and even videos, and online content we digest on a daily basis. Most pieces of major media now seem to lack a certain quality they possessed in the past. And I'm not necessarily just talking about from a budget standpoint. Today things seem more rushed, more formulaic, less thought out,
society.
And moments tend to come and go faster than ever before. We live in an age of information and content overdrive, and with social media, anyone and everyone can now go viral. And every day there are millions of people desperately yearning and grinding away to try and get themselves out there. Meaning when someone does make it...
Like, bro, real shit, my bad for keep pausing it, but you can, like, literally get famous. Back then, it used to be hard to get famous and know that you actually had to have, like, talent and shit like that. Nowadays, like, you can piss on a bus stop, and that shit'll go viral. You can get famous off of that. They gonna call you the piss on a bus stop girl or the piss on the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? You can just get famous.
There is a good chance
nowadays.
that hundreds, if not thousands of people will try and replicate their success in some shape or form. And since most of the artists who blow up really fast do not have the fan base in place to carry them through the tough times, it's easy for these fickle fans to turn their backs on or simply stop caring about a rapper's music.
There's so many parts of that era of rap where like people got fame so fast, they were so young, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that was some of the foresight that he was saying, not even necessarily about quote unquote falling off, you know what I mean?
Nah, I don't know what you mean, bro.
You don't think he predicted anything?
I don't think he predicted shit.
No.
It's like trying to build a house with no foundation. Like if one strong gust of wind comes through, or adversity in this case, well, suddenly no one is playing the music, no one is going to the shows, other artists stop hitting you up, and the industry decides they no longer want to play with you.
In terms of like not picking up phone calls, I ain't no friendly anyway though, you know what I'm saying? So that ain't had no type of effect on me. Like I barely called. I ain't called. When I was on top.
Oh yeah, and you still owe the label 5 albums. You gotta pay back the advance they gave you, which is really just a high interest loan. They now own your masters, they own your likeness, and they're taking most of the money from your tour, if you can still do that, to try and recoup their investment on not only you, but 20 other failed artists before you. Not to even mention your new lifestyle and image you can no longer afford, eating away at your pockets. By the time many artists finally see this reality, it's far too late to turn back. Like even when you strike when the kettle is hot and the industry likes you, you still will likely be replaced at some point. This combined with an intense oversaturation of the music market has really affected an artist's chances of maintaining relevance for more than a couple of years.
Alright, I've been like #1 song at or like, you know, album sells this, you know, and then I put out some shit that's like I take a kind of a left turn and experiment with, you know, a different, and it doesn't hit, you know, and how fickle and how fast people can just be like, oh, he fell off, or he, you know, it's a game of, you know, you
gotta keep their like, you gotta keep their attention on you. You gotta keep the fans like going and type shit, cause if they feel like you fell off in the slightest, they gonna move on to somebody else, bro. Like this shit happen every time. Like nowadays, this generation they got the fucking attention span of a squirrel, so you got to keep them interested for a long period of time.
These waves and what altitude you're at, and the
Like
inertia
every second
required to
type
stay
shit.
at this like altitude in pop culture and pop success and any of it. You know, I mean, how long of a run can you? Because it's crazy.
Now, with that being said, let's talk about Ice Spice, a female rapper who took the
Yeah, the
internet
goat.
by storm over the last couple of years, but more recently has seen a serious downtrend in her career, and now tens of thousands of people are unfollowing her every single day. Ice Spice is
For
a New
real?
York rapper from the Bronx who started making music back in 2021.
How was that growing up there? Like,
It was fun. It was real fun, like, you know, fighting off
I don't know
crackers
how true this is, but somebody said Ice Spice was on Olympic. Ain't that's what the pill called? I mean Ozempic. I think that's what it's called.
and shit like that.
I don't
And
think she
over a
took
year
that shit.
later,
she
she
just
would-
went to the gym like a regular human being, bro. Why every time something new come up, y'all always think something that's what it is? Like, bro, just because you lose weight fast off of Ozempic and you niggas found that out a couple months ago, that don't mean everybody taking it when they get skinny, bro. They actually go to the gym and shit like that. Something that you probably don't do.
Herself going viral with her music video for her song Munch. This was back when TikTok was turning out #1 records on a daily basis, and for Ice Spice that was really no different.
How much was there before Munch? And then how long did it take for things to go crazy?
So there was a couple songs before Munch. It was probably like 4 songs, I think.
From the start, she knew that her greatest asset was just that. Shaking her rump, rubbing her cooch, and rapping in that New York
Asset
accent
is
made her
crazy.
infamous right off the bat. When I say that, I mean some people were hating on her, a lot of people were loving her, but all that mattered was that she was finally popping off.
Growing up, I always would just like write little raps, and I never wrote like full songs though with like hooks and verses until I got a little older and I started to understand song structure more. But I always had like this like want to write, basically.
Even in promotional
shit.
videos that she made before she went viral, it was beyond clear that she knew that her body was her ticket to fame. And at this point, she's one of those people who's known more for her likeness and her sex appeal than her actual music.
I feel like a lot of people think that, oh, I'm just like this like pretty girl that like posts on Instagram, but there's like millions of pretty girls that post on Instagram, and like, you know, you have to really contribute to the culture in order to like matter.
I would actually say that her existence online is more like a meme than a rapper. Now, to be clear, the two do go hand in hand in her success, and
Body
she could
plus
not
meme
have
rap.
one without the other. I mean, recently she was on stream with Kai Cenat. He tells her to freestyle, and guess what she does out of pure instinct?
okay, let me hear you freestyle. Come up. Come up. Come up.
Is it bad that you a rapper and you can't freestyle? Like, cause I always thought like I can always like write shit down and like anybody could. I ain't gonna say anybody, but I can write shit down and make it make sense and make it sound good. But like, it's hard to freestyle, bro. Like just off the top like that.
So Munch comes out, it goes viral, she signs a record deal and starts showing up doing live performances where her job is strictly to get up there and shake that ass. It was at that time that she would be seen frequently with Drake, and rumors of the two dating of course surfaced from there. Under the label, she would release her first EP, which featured more viral songs like Bikini Bottom, In Her Mood, Deli, and Princess Diana with her longtime idol Nicki Minaj.
When I met Nicki, right, for the first time in person, I was like at her studio and she was like doing her glam and stuff. And
Were you
then
nervous?
I was nervous.
Yeah.
She came out, right?
Yeah.
And I was fine. But she came out and she looked at like my manager, James, and like Riot and stuff, and my photographer and everything. And then she came at me. And when she came to me
Wow.
and she hugged me, I started crying because it just felt like I cried, but I walked away. Like I didn't say anything to her. I was just like,
This EP was a pretty massive success for her. I mean, to me it all sounds like one long song, but the target audience definitely ate this up. It was like the
What the
perfect
fuck?
music for women, and I would think gay men, to get ratchet to. Songs about being a baddie, twerking that ass, getting money, and things like that. Don't get me wrong, with this newfound fame also came a lot of new people who absolutely despised her.
I feel like when you're like huge, and people just gonna want you to fall. You know what I'm saying?
But either way, as long
Type
as people
shit.
were talking about
Type
her and she
shit.
was still going viral, I doubt either she or her label could care less. This EP was enough for the machine to be willing to pour more money into her
I
career.
remember she was performing. I forgot where she was performing at, and I seen a clip. She was twerking, and her fucking face looked like she was like depressed. Like I was so sad for. I was like, God damn, she looked like she don't even want to do this shit no more. You see what y'all did to Ice Spice? Why do y'all be hating like celebrities like that? Like y'all be under their comments saying weird shit. Like I never was one of those types. Like bro, if I don't like your music, I'm just not gonna listen to you or pay attention to you. I'm not gonna take the time out my day and comment under your
And
picture
she would
every
really hit
time
it
you
big
post.
with her next single,
Y'all niggas
Boys
really
a
be
Liar,
fans, for
catching
real.
another viral TikTok song, and further pushing her image into the public eye. And if you needed any more evidence that Ice Spice was playing the game correctly, she would get a shout out and even a feature on a Taylor Swift song called Karma, which in the music industry is like getting LeBron to back you and say
And
you're
by
a
the way, if I see Taylor Swift on my screen again on football Sundays, I'm going to lose my shit. I love Taylor Swift, man. And it's gonna be forever, and it's gonna go down in flame. But I don't want to see her when I'm watching football, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love Blank Space and shit like that. I be bumping that shit every day. That shit hit, bro. Play that shit in the car, I'm telling you. On a Bluetooth tip, like, psh, man, it's gonna have your car jumping, bro. I'm telling you. Y'all gotta listen to that shit. I'm pretty sure y'all already heard it.
player who he wants on his team. The two seemingly became friendly. Taylor Swift said that she was always listening to Ice Spice's music apparently, and she was even with her at the Super Bowl doing very weird things with her hands. And it really did seem like Ice Spice would solidify herself with the release of the massive Barbie movie last year, as her second song with Nicki Minaj would be synonymous with this Barbie resurgence. This hit actually made her the first rapper to release 4 songs that reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the very same year, which is very hard for me to wrap my head around when we've had artists like Drake, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Akon, and DMX, amongst many others who have been absolute superstars over the years. Either way, 2023 was a great year for the ginger rapper.
They have you declaring her as the artist perfectly poised to have a breakthrough year in 2023. You feel like this is your time, this is your year?
For sure.
But 2024 so far has not been as kind to her, and it has me looking at her career through the same lens that I see someone like DaBaby, just 2 individuals who struck lightning in a bottle, who had their own unique sounds, and went super viral, and then super mainstream for about a year or 2, and then once that newness kinda wears off, every song kinda starts to sound the same, and when aided by a little bit of controversy, they start to fall off. Now, in the name of continuing her fast food music run, she would come out with a rather prophetic lead single for her debut album, Y2K, Think You the Shit, Fart, which was a perfect way to...
Bro, why does she keep talking about farts, bro? She got a fart like fetish or something. What the fuck is wrong? Why she keep mentioning fart in every song? Like she be saying fart, shit, and then poopy and shit. Like I say this shit all the time. Like why she obsessed with shitting and farting and shit like that? Like I don't get it. Like what's the? I don't know.
Off this album. Think you the shit, bitch?
You're not even a fart.
Yes, that is the chorus to
going
this
hard.
masterpiece. And this was actually a diss towards fellow female rapper Lotto, as the two had been sending subliminal shots at each other for the last year. Talk about a joke of a song that many people likely had to approve before it came out. She actually has a ton of bars over the years about pooping. I'm the shit. I'm that bitch. I'm Miss Poopy. I'm Miss Poopy, but I never smell. An artist's debut album is definitely
My
something
goodness,
that could
man.
make or break their career, and with her using this as the lead single, that led to this album selling a modest 28,000 copies. Which, let's be honest, 28,000 is not that bad for an artist of her caliber, but with the backing of a major record label, and the fact that she was technically selling this album on pre-order for over 10 months before it would even come out, and then when you
Damn.
package that information with all this bullshit bundles artists can now count as sales once again, you'll see that the 28,000 number is very inflated. Can you guys imagine getting this shit on vinyl? Jesus Christ. The other thing is that year over year, Ice Spice has lost over 50% of her monthly listeners on Spotify, while producing her debut album in the process, meaning her old songs are now cooling off, and her new songs are not hitting like the old ones. In fact, she doesn't even look happy in her natural habitat of twerking anymore. And now
That's
with
the
this
video I
latest
was
feud
talking
that she
about.
has found herself in, she is losing followers and fans at a massive rate. And it all really started when she decided to take a rapper named Cleo Trappa on tour with her. Basically, this Cleo person would come forward and say that Ice Spice treated her like shit during the duration of this tour.
Nobody should make you feel less than or make you feel like shit because they gave you an opportunity.
The two of them had apparently been industry friends for the last couple of years, but it sounds like the extent of their relationship was mainly public appearances and content creation.
It's like every time she's like inviting me out, because we never chilled on some like chill shit, bro.
Right.
Like it was never like just some chill. It was always like in the blogs the next day and the song is dropping too. So it was like, what? This girl kind of uses me for her rollouts.
She was set to open for Ice Spice, but was actually only offered this opportunity one day before the tour began, claiming that the reason Ice Spice invited her to come perform in the first place had to do with her trying to rebrand her image to make it look a certain way.
So the ending of July, I get a call from Ice very early in the morning. Cleo, come on tour with me. I miss you. Come. And I'm just like, girl, I'm not about to come on tour with you and watch you perform all month. Like, I got a nigga. I got stuff that I could be doing. I could be getting money. I have opportunities in New York. I have brand deals. I have things that I need to focus on. So for me to travel all over the United States with you to watch.
Gotta told her, man, if you gonna get me some performance spots, other than that, nigga, I ain't about to just come and sit and watch you. Fuck, hell no. So I feel you, Cleo, from Set It Off. So yeah, I get it. Type shit.
Crazy. She's like, no, I want you to perform. And I gagged. You want me to perform? She ain't never, ever brought me out on stage.
And despite worries about the last minute invite, Ice Spice insisted that everything would be taken care of, from her travel accommodations like food and a place to stay, to her actual performances. Keep in mind, this was a strenuous, unpaid opportunity that would take months of her life. Now obviously, when someone goes on tour and opens up for another artist, it is usually a great chance for them to gain a ton of fans and exposure. So oftentimes the bigger artists will recruit someone who makes similar music to them, or at least someone who can capture a similar fan base. Like back in the day, I saw Logic and Big Sean open up for Kid Cudi, and it was amazing because I knew all three artists, and so did most of the crowd. So I'm sure Cleo saw this as a big opportunity, but apparently once she would go on the tour, the mistreatment would begin. For example, she claims that she would often be sent on stage before the show was even advertised to start, meaning she was performing to an empty venue.
Online says the show starts at 8. It would even say 9 sometimes. And guess what time I was going on? At 7:30, 7:45. I was going on before the show starts. So that was kind of weird in itself.
Now apparently this was only the tip of the iceberg on this shitty situation. She claims that she had one day to prepare for the tour.
Literally one day. So I'm just like, what do I have to pay for? Nothing. You're gonna be with me. You're good. You're gonna be with me.
She wasn't allowed to bring anyone with her, and that she wasn't even listed on the lineup. And basically it sounds like she felt like she was being treated as a second-class citizen, not having a dressing room, not having a hotel room to sleep in, and not being included in team meals while on the road.
And we just sitting on the bus. We just like, yo, like, can somebody come with us to McDonald's? Like, nobody want to walk there by themselves. We fake want a man with us. They like, oh, that's mad far. Like, nah, like, where there's a desert, it's scary. I'm like, okay. Nobody said anything about food still. Come to find out, everybody ate.
No, they wrong.
Can you believe that? Everybody ate. Guess what? They all went to a steakhouse.
Basically, it sounds like she was not part of the plan at all, and that by the end of the tour, it felt like she had overstayed her welcome. Remember, she wasn't even getting paid, and she even claims that while she was performing, her debit card was used to buy designer items behind her back.
And fuck no.
It just seems like the opportunity was not worth the stress, nor the time or the effort that she was putting in, and that the opportunities she was missing out on to be there were far greater than what this had all turned into. On top of that, Ice Spice apparently stopped talking to her at all right in the middle of this tour, and basically outside of a stylist that she made friends with, she was pretty much on her own.
I didn't have a room. I was told I was going to be with her, but I didn't have a room. No room for me backstage at all. I was in her dressing room. I didn't have no rider. I was with her. I was so confused. Like, you're not being my friend, so I'm going to make more friends. Like,
wait, so they was friends before, like, she started rapping and shit? Like, she been knowing her before Ice Spice blew up and shit like that?
It's like she wanted me to be miserable and alone, and it just didn't happen because that's not what God had planned for me, boo.
As some of you may know or probably don't know, I am a personal stylist, and I was hired as a backup stylist for Ice Spice Tour. And when I say everything that Cleo was saying is dead ass true, is dead ass true. The first thing that caught me off guard was When I first made it there, okay, I get with Spice, and me and her cool as hell, so we just be regularly talking about shit. I see she type got an attitude, so I asked her like, what's up, like you good type shit, like, you know, filling her out. She like, oh yeah, I'm cool, woo, woo. It's just Cleo black ass doing too much. I'm like,
This is absurd, man. I see why Ice Spice losing followers, man. She wrong like a mother. See, that's what happened when you give people fame. That shit start to get to their head, man. Like they say, man, God gave it to you. He'll take it away with the quickness if you start acting like an asshole. And that's what's happening to Ice Spice. You see Ice Spice, that's why you don't treat people like they below you. Yeah, you wrong like a motherfucker. I don't know what they got into you.
damn, hold up.
Cleo black ass, that's crazy. That's absurd, man. Why would you? You need to leave. I'm gonna insert that clip in there, bro. Watch.
So now I get back in the room with Ice. She on FaceTime with Riot. She letting him know like, yeah, she doing too much. She blowing my scale. She was like, bitches gotta go. They asking for too much. Woo woo.
Blowing
bitches
my
acting
scale.
bro.
That must be some New York
like
shit.
I'm really tired of her black ass. And I'm like, damn. Like, why does she keep saying this? Like, what?
And let's be honest, guys, it's not rare for an opener to get less than preferential treatment while on tour with a bigger act, and you do hear a lot of stories about openers not even spending any time at all around the main act despite them being on tour together for months. But granted, this was apparently her friend, who she allegedly begged last minute to do this with her.
I took a step back and just made the opportunity.
Right, Tom, how you gonna beg her to come and then complain about her, oh, she doing too much? Like, you told her to come there, like...
Could make it, but it wasn't genuine at all. Nothing that you do is genuine. Everything is calculated. Like I said, I was the token black friend. You didn't have your other best friend around because you said that she didn't match your aesthetic. Like there's something very wrong with somebody that is only friends with somebody for their aesthetic. Look how you talking to me like you was never even my friend, bro. She's just like, bro, this is why you never gonna be anywhere. This is why you never gonna get nowhere. If I was a careerless bum, why would you even bring me on tour?
Lastly, she would claim that Ice Spice has sold her soul.
So everybody hold hands, hold hands, hold hands. Lord, thank you so much for bringing this amazing group together right now with this amazing stream and our amazing teams, Lord. We are all from the same place and we are all trying to get to the same place, which is the top. And we all want to experience different things in our lives, chat. So thank you so much for bringing all of us together. And I pray that you allow us to grow on other people, on each other. And I pray that you allow us to reach any measures.
Ice Spice, put your head down. What you looking at him like that for? I heard she was throwing up the...
You just watch over us daily. You bless us. You allow us to bless other people with our work and our amazing craft. And you help us enjoy this night. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. She would also share this text message exchange they had
getting
where
that past me. Hell no. What the fuck was that what you was doing with your hands? She thinks she's slick, bro. I'm a fucking sniper. I see everything.
She would also share this text message exchange they had where she expressed her frustrations after the tour, and Ice Spice pretty much just replies in these messages that none of that was her fault and that it wasn't that deep. Later, she would even respond to these claims on a Twitter space where she had this to say.
Y'all put in laughing faces. Y'all know this is not funny. Bitch, you not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much food, you fucking vacuum, that the server was like, where did the food go? Like, stop it right now. You talking about she ain't let me to the back of her room on her tour bus. She had this big ass room. Bitch, can I play with my one time?
Now this made people even more
What the
upset,
hell?
and they called out Ice Spice's hypocrisy for clowning this woman for eating a lot, when many speculate that she's been off that Ozempic weight loss program. And the speculation actually got so strong that she released this workout weightlifting video that really didn't prove anything. People also claim that she basically is someone who thinks that her shit don't stink, and that she has way too big of an ego for how volatile her career is at this point. I mean,
That's how you fall, Ice Spice. That's the first mistake you made. Talking about some of your shit don't stink and you got too much of an ego. That's how you gonna fall. That's why you losing followers, you losing monthly listeners, cause they ain't fucking with you, man. You too big, bruh. You act like you had fucking Michael Jackson level status. You ain't nowhere near, you big and all, but you ain't that big. Like, you ain't Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually most people be acting like that when they get to GOAT level status and shit like that. Damn near GOAT level status. You still in the middle of the pack. You acting like an asshole. So you know you about to get pulled right back down.
Honestly, I didn't think this was like the biggest deal in the world or really like cancel worthy, but with most of her fans being women, they aren't going to like the whole Mean Girl shit, especially when it feels like she was punching down here on someone who was supposed to be her friend, someone who she invited to come perform on this tour for free. I don't know, to me, if I'm her manager, we aren't releasing any more albums, just the occasional single trying to go viral on TikTok, and honestly, the primary focus shouldn't even be on rap anymore. Like, I think she has to transition into an influencer, or an IG model, or an OF girl, or some shit like that. Because to me, the curtains on her music career are closing pretty damn fast. But I do want to know what you guys think about Ice Spice. I want to know what you think about her career. I've yet to meet like a big Ice Spice stan in my life, but I'm sure they're out there. But either way, I do want to thank you guys for...
They probably resign on TikTok. But we about to get out of here, man. If y'all enjoyed that reaction video, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Ice Spice, man, I ain't know this about you. Good thing I reacted to this video. Shout out to Jamari, man. You know he be dropping all his bangers. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel and smash that like button. Hold on, I'm about to smash the like button before I get up out of here. But we about to get out of here, man. See y'all boys in the next video.